Hi, boys and girls. You friends just worked so hard on your on-demand assessment so that way we can see what you know about narrative writing. And narrative writing is all about telling small moments from our lives. So I thought that today I could show you a writing sample of one of my friends who was in first grade last year, and we can see how their story turned out. I'm going to read it out loud, and you can follow along with me. Sarah and I walked to school. It was a sunny day. We were happy. Then we saw a dog. It was big and hairy. It said, "Grrr," and then showed its big pointy teeth. We ran very fast, and the dog chased us. I was scared. "Run!" I yelled. Sarah started to run faster. We made it to school. Our teacher opened the door for us. We ran inside, and I fell on the ground. I was so tired, but so happy we escaped the dog. The end. So this was a friend who had gone through the whole writer's workshop for small moments narrative writing, and look at the amazing piece of work that she created. One thing that I noticed was that she wrote about a time when she did something. It was something that happened to her, and her story has a beginning. I also noticed that her story was told in order. She started from the beginning and moved all the way to the end, and she used words like then, next. I also noticed that this writer, she had an ending. She didn't leave us hanging. We know how the story ended. And she wrote about the ending, what happened, but she also wrote about how she felt about it. I also noticed that she used details that helped us imagine the story in our mind. I could almost hear and see the dog growling in my own mind when she described it by using those details in her words. I also noticed that I'm able to read her writing because there's spaces between the words. She has letters for the sounds, and she also uses punctuation to end the sentences. And these were all strategies that she learned during Writer's Workshop, and they're strategies that you will learn too. I also wanted to show you another first grade friend's writing who had gone through the Writer's Workshop. This is my friend Max, and I'd love to share his story with you. Maybe you can sit and think if you see any of those strategies as well, using spaces, giving details, telling the story in order. Let me read it out loud and you can follow along. I went to the apple orchard and I picked an apple. It looked tasty. I took a bite and I loved it. It was so tasty that I picked another one. Yummy. But when I picked another one, I said, "I hear a wasp." I took a step and I was nervous. I also see this friend has some great labels, and they even have a quotation bubble, a speaking bubble, and it says, "There might be a bee." Ah! Wasp! I was so scared. I threw the apple. Then I said, "It flew away." I was so happy that I went back and I lived happily ever after. The end. So here, friends, is another example of a first grade writer who went through the narrative writing workshop and was able to tell a beautiful story. I noticed that it went in order. They had labels, they added details. I could really imagine what was happening. So you friends, the next time we get together for Writer's Workshop, we will learn together all of the strategies that we can use to bring our stories to life. I look forward to seeing you soon.